Hey guys, Ron Bondo Build Construction here. Today we're going to be stacking some ICF Nudura blocks at our foundation project here. So first thing we're doing is getting a bunch of blocks in the hole. We poured the floor the other day, so we're at grade, so we got a nice floor to work off of. That's the way I like to do it. I got a bunch of product in here. Gonna get her down. Stacking blocks, huh boys?
Oh yeah.
We got Jason Bond, aka Big Biscuit. Round mound of laying concrete down right there. We got little Evan. Say hi to your YouTube fans, Ev.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. He's little and he's sweet, but he can't be beat. That's Evan. That's what we're doing. Just the three of us today. We're gonna put some block down. We got a half a day to work here. That's what we're doing. Try to show you some tips and tricks if I think of something along the way. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, Bondo here. I'm gonna try to show you how we built this basement and give you some tips and tricks on stacking up these walls. I got a lot of videos on us pouring the walls and stuff, but not a lot of content on how to put these things together. So I built probably 15 of these basements, and I've never built a full house out of the Nuduras, but I've built quite a few basements out of it. So I'll try to give you some tips and tricks here, like I said in this video, show you how we do it. There's different ways to do everything, but you know, we've learned some stuff that'll, I'm sure, be helpful to you. And if this is your first time on my channel, my name's Ron Bond. I got a construction company called Bondo Built Construction. All my friends call me Bondo. If you like this kind of stuff, concrete work, basements, building out of these Nudura blocks, flat work, we do a lot of flat work, stampcrete, we fix houses up in the winter. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe button for me. That'll help me out. And if you like this video, if you get some value out of it, hit the like button. And don't forget to comment too and share it on social media with your friends. That'll help me out a lot. I've been doing this YouTube thing for about a year. I got over 100 videos on this stuff, guys, and we like to put out a couple videos a week. So subscribe and hit that bell notification, then you'll be notified if I put out a video. Here we are, guys, just beating concrete out of the scaffolding that was brand new scaffolding. We've only used it a couple times. Another contractor used it and they left it a mess. You know, just if you ever use this scaffolding, just take a minute and clean it off. I mean, I'll show you what we were dealing with here. There's just splatter all over this. This stuff's real expensive, and one of my friends bought it. He owns a hardware store, and he spent $6 grand on the scaffolding. And the last guy to use it, see, it's all just covered in concrete. I mean, it would only took a minute to wipe this concrete off when it was wet. So we were scraping, and there was concrete in the threads and everything. So the turnbuckles weren't working right. The base plates were bent because they just must have unhooked the scaffolding instead of pulling the stakes out. They just kind of pulled on the outriggers and bent the base plates, so we had to straighten the base plates. Just really ticks me off. That's the end of my rant on this video. Okay guys, here's these little hooks that we make. So this corner's got 2 bends in it, so we got 2 hooks in it. I like to wire them down in there. So it's got a straight piece of rebar and then the 2 hooks. And these, we just make these hooks. We take a 2-foot piece of bar and bend it into a 90. Then we set it in there, wire it in. And then these clips. You already know this, bear with me, but some people don't. So these clips here, they go in these corners here, guys. Very important. You clip the first course, every seam. Second course, put these in there. like that. Okay, that's good for now. Snip there. Like that. And then the other two go down on the bottom, guys. Let me snap them in and then I'll video it. So here they are, guys. This is a typical corner right here. There's a seam here, and there's a seam here. Underneath, you got your seams offsetted. 4 clips in there, 2 on the top, legs facing down, 2 over here, legs facing up. Then over here you got 4 more. So each corner has 8 clips. So second row we don't need to clip here. We don't need to clip these. But on the first course we did. We clipped everything. Every joint on the first clip, on the first row. See, there's a joint. Not a corner, a regular joint. We got it clipped on that first row. That's how we do it. Very important, guys, not to forget these clips. Don't get ahead of yourself. If you do forget a clip, here's a little tip for you. Don't rip the wall apart, because I've ripped the wall apart before just to fix a couple missed clips in a corner, because it'll blow out on you. Just put plywood plates on the outside of here, just like a common seam. Okay guys, I'm going to explain the elusive common seam, because nobody understands it, including my own workers. Big Biscuit and Ev do not know why this common seam works, so I've been wanting to do this video anyways. So anyways, we got a common seam here. Why do we have a common seam here? Because the wall is an odd length, basically. It's kind of a weird length. Say it's 10 feet 4 or 10 feet 5, whatever. If it lands on these lines right here, usually you don't need a common seam. If you end up off any of these lines, a lot of times you'll end up with a common seam. So you work from your corner in, and so right here's a common seam. Well, why everybody wonders why we staggered this corner. So my seam's back. Where is it?
Your seam's way back there.
Yeah, no, there's a seam. Where's the corner seam? Anybody see it back?
Right here.
Okay, that's your corner seam. So we alternated the corner. Now the seam's here. So everyone's like, why would you have a common seam when you're alternating your corners? It's because this wall is an odd length. We come across here and we get to this where this common seam is, and if I keep going, it's not going to line up because the spacing is off. So if I pull this block here, I don't want to pull it. Actually, I'm not going to clip it. You didn't clip it right anyway.
Oh, I missed it.
So my knucklehead worker, Evan, missed the clips anyways.
Yep.
That's why he checked stuff, because he got his clips off. That's off his pay today. So anyways, guys, let's pull this block and I'll show you what's going on. So there's our common seam. Jay, give me a block real quick. I'm going to show you guys why you have to stop it there with the common seam. You see it now. Well, yeah, but it's hard to understand sometimes. Yeah. So now if we laid a full block in here and just said, you know what, we're going to go right over top of that bad boy. Well, what's going to happen? It's not going to lock in. See, guys? It won't lock in because the spacing's off. So we have to take this common seam right up to the top. And another thing that ain't going to happen, these studs right here are not going to line up with each other. You got a stud here and a stud here. So when you go to screw your drywall or whatever on there, it's not going to line up. So even though we alternated our corners, we still end up with that common seam if the wall is an odd length. Sometimes the wall is exactly the right length. You'll land right on one of these lines and you can go right across with your next row. But a lot of times you can't. And this particular build, I think there's a common seam on every single wall. So we have to create a common seam on every wall that's going to go right to the ceiling just because of that. It does not lock in. We can't get that block in there. So that's the elusive common seam from Bondo Build Construction. Alright guys, we got a unique situation here. When we're doing these inside corners and they're really tight like that, you're actually just going to stack your corner up straight. So that seam there is going to go right up to the top, because like that, because if you turn it and try to alternate your corner like this on these tight corners, see what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to put your other corner on. So this is a unique situation where you can see the seam down there, we're lining right up, but I got an X on it because this seam here, we're gonna plywood plate and clip. That way, while we're clipping the whole thing down through there. We haven't clipped this one yet, but down in, we're gonna clip that whole thing. And then as an extra precaution, because we didn't lap it, I'm gonna plywood plate every other course. So that's just a unique situation. And you can see why we don't alternate our corners in these situations. You just wouldn't be able to do it. So this plywood right here, we got a little piece in here. We're gonna run plywood pieces all the way up to the top, inside and out, to keep that corner together. Just something I wanted to show you. We run into this quite a bit. The last job had the same thing in it. There's just one of them in this job that does that. But just keep that in mind. It's not a big deal to line your corners up, just as long as you plywood plate every other seam. And it's the only way to do these anyways. Alright guys, we worked, I don't know, like a half day today. It's like 5:30. We started at about noon, so we got it up 5 courses. Not bad. The back, not quite, almost 5 courses. That's about where our headers got to go anyways on the 6th course. So we didn't get the rebar in the 5th course, but everything else is ready. We got to put our plywood plates on yet, but not bad for just the 3 of us. Me, Big Biscuit, and Evan. Didn't do bad at all. Smoked it. We'll have her done tomorrow. Didn't take long. This is a pretty nice basement. I like this one. What's that, Big Biscuit?
So we're kicking ass and taking names.
Kicking ass and taking names by the Big Biscuit. That's right. What do you think, Ab?
He wouldn't be half the biscuit he is today if he didn't lay blocks when he was a kid.
That's right. I put him on some real blocks when he was a kid. That's why he's Big Biscuit. All right. Over and out. It's beer 30. Okay, guys. Day number 2. This is where we're at. Today we're going to finish up one more course, and then we're going to put the rebar and everything. We got to hit all these common seams. You can see these common seams, what they look like before we splice them. There's one on every wall here. I explained that in that other piece there. There's another one. So we got a plywood plate both sides of them. There's one. Got one over here. 2 guys. And then we got one here. But then there's windows. There's huge windows back here. So we got to bulk head off all these windows. I'll try to show you how to do that, how we're going to do that. And that'll be helpful to you too, I think. And then we're going to put our scaffold up. I'll try to get some video footage of the scaffolding system, how we do that. We're going to put some Tapcons right in the floor here. So that's what we're doing today, guys. Stay with us. Guys, we're going to put the scaffolding up here. We're going to tap on the scaffolding to the floor. That's how we're going to do it. When you're putting the scaffolding up, make sure this adjustment has adjustment in both directions. You don't want to screw it all the way in, or you don't want it all the way out. You want it kind of in the middle. So I'd say about that long. You got threads in there, threads in there. That gives you adjustability each way. And then you want to put it up here. Take this pin here. Slide it through the hole like that. And then this thing has to lock over that like that. You don't want it like this, so you can't put it going the other way. It's got to go like that. So this is where we're going to Tapcon that to the floor through these smaller holes. We're going to put a couple Tapcons in each hole with a washer. And then what you want to do here, take your outrigger. This has a bend in it like that. Now that bend has to go over this. So you want it on the left side like that, so that bend clears. You can't put it on this side because it won't fit. The bend's going the wrong way. You want it on the left side of this. That's got a hook on it. It just hooks over top of that. This goes down. Same thing. Put your pin in from the left. Go through that hole. Get it up. Make sure that locks. And there it is. I like to come down so, you know, if I'm standing here, about 32 inches for me. That's comfortable. So the hose is right about here. I'll go 32 inches. That wall is going to be right here on me. I have the hose right here. I'll be able to dump the concrete right in. You put it too low, you're going to be up here splashing in your face. You put this too high, the wall's going to be way down here. It's going to be hard to work on. So that's how I like it. You can set it up how you like it. That's how we like it. Down on the corner, down in the street. Alright, so we're putting our uprights up, guys. That's what we're doing here. We use these roofing screws with a little nut driver head on them. Those are the ones we use. They hold really good. We got a washer on them and everything. Little Biscuit over here. Putting some screws in. Getting her done, LB. Little Biscuit. We're putting our plywood plates on. We got one more to do up there for our common seam. Same thing here. One more to do up there. That's what she's looking like right now. Midday, second day of work here. Evan's putting our outriggers on, getting them in place. And we're going to plank this scaffolding. We didn't put the ladder wire, this wire, the form lock is called. We didn't put that in the top course. We're going to wait till we get the scaffold up to do that. And that's what she's looking like, boys. Try to get some more footage as we're going here. Alright guys, so we got a box in this doorway right here with lumber. Stop the concrete from coming out. So I'll show you one way to do it. There's different ways to do it. We gotta box this all in. So I made a treated wood box here. I put some 3/8 by 3-inch lag bolts in there. Screw them right in there, drill the pilot hole. Put them about every 16 inches. So they're gonna go up into the top and hold the concrete. It's gonna dry around them and hold this board on there. Bring it down, boys. Easy, lad. But once it's in place, put your top up. You gotta be finesse here, boys. Show some finesse. Put it up.
Ain't no finesse in Big Biscuit's picture.
Come on, Big Biscuit. Show some finesse. Bring it in, and you gotta kind of put your inside in a little bit. Yep, like that. Have you bring yours inside a little bit. Down at the bottom. If you put the top in first, it'll go easier. Yeah, you gotta get the screws up in there. Bring it in.
I can't bring it in because it's...
You got it angled too much that it's not fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got it in. It was a little bit harder than we thought, so that's what it looks like. Those screws are up into the styrofoam. When we pour the concrete in there, those screws are going to get cast into there, which is going to hold that lumber on there.
Feeling the heat? Then get out of the kitchen. Jersey
Put some
Mike's has
screws
you
in
covered
there
all
too.
summer with fresh cold sliced
Cast some
subs,
screws into that side. I can reach in from the end though.
and patios.
That's how we did it.
Order our app for no contact pickup or
That's where we're at.
Long day, boy.
Day 2. It's almost 7 o'clock at night. We're gonna quit for the day. But... Right, Dad?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Little Biscuit. We kicked her butt today, boys, eh? Looking good. Got all our common seams done.
He told me it was short.
We got maybe a couple hours tomorrow fudging around, and most of the scaffold's done.
He said this one is my favorite one. This is me.
Little Biscuit. Big Biscuit. What do you think, Big Biscuit? It's a good song. We got to put our vertical rebar in, boys. Tomorrow. What are you doing, Ev?
What am I doing?
You screwing?
Oh, I'm screwing.
Boy, you're good at that, aren't you? Huh?
Yeah.
For a young buck. For a young buck. That's where we're at, huh? It's like a bomb head in here. We got a little cleanup in the morning. That's where we're at. Alright guys, we're getting some rebar in here. I'm gonna just stick it in that hole here. There you go.
Just a little guy.
When you want to add rebar, how you do it?
Make a little hole in the side.
And you just zap it with scrape them. I want to put some extra rebar in over these doorways. These windows and doorways.
So they're extra secure.
Grab another one. Show what we're doing here in the wall. Hold up on that, Evan. Hold up on that. Putting some rebar in the wall here. Add some. Well, one up on the top here. 4 of them. I thought you were putting 3 in the bottom. Guys, this is a situation we got above all these windows and doors. I want to show you how much steel we put in above these windows and doors. So we got almost a full Nudura block. You can see where the seam is there. So I think it's, let's measure it. I got 15 inches. So about 15 inches of concrete above there. And there's a lot of openings here, so I'm just going to show you quick. I'm going to climb up the ladder and show you how much rebar and how we place our rebar. It actually runs, we ran full rebar all the way across that section there. You dancing up there? Working in Crocs, man. Alright guys, this is how we place the rebar. I'm not sure how good you can see it, but we got 5 rebars in here and the form lock in there. So guys, we got 5 rebars in this area right here. Goes all the way across here. If you look down in there, we hung this one. This one just hung off a wire. See that wire there? These ones we wire. These 2 snap in. These 2 down here we just wired off to the side. I mean, that's a fair amount of rebar in there, but I don't want this thing to move. Watch out, Evan. Yeah, that's how he did it. Same thing here. 5 rebars across this one. So Jay is putting our blocks in. So we're gonna put some blocks on these corners. We're gonna take these 1.5 blocks and screw them onto here. And then we're going to run our string line around there. We're going to put one here on every corner. And that's going to, we're going to wrap our string line around there. And then you can take an 1.5 gauge and gauge it. That's how we're doing it. And I'll show you how we did that when it's done. Okay guys, we're ready for concrete here. We got concrete coming Monday. Everything's ready to rock and roll. All the scaffolds up, all the common seams are plywooded. Got our penetrations through, electric cable, water down low. We got the sewer line over here. Goes through there. Got a little pitch to that, which you want. And everything's ready to roll. We got our string lines up, and that's how we do them. Put a wooden block up there and string your line across the wooden blocks. Then you take a little piece of wooden block as a gauge. That's how you do that. See our lines. And you want these walls so you push them, not pull them. So you want a little bit of a bow to them, so that when you fill them with concrete, you push with these outriggers. You don't want to try to pull with these. They don't pull well. These turnbuckles here, they just spin. Right here, you turn them, and you can either push or pull. Like I said, you want to set yourself up for the push. So let me show you this wall. So if you look at this wall here, that wall is actually bowed in just a scotch, so that we got to push it out. Not much, just a little bit. And this one here, same thing. This one here, the scaffold's on the outside, so see how it's bowed a little bit to the outside? We're going to push that in. Same thing with that one down there. That's bowed to the outside a little bit. If that makes sense to you. There's our penetrations sticking out. I made them long so that doesn't interfere with our backfill. We can find them easy without getting into our stone and stuff. And that's it, guys. We're ready for concrete. I'll video this sucker when we fill it up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.